Good morning. Saturday. Happy Sunday, everybody. So, why do you keep zooming? Anyways, got to work on the range. Air suspension is leaning on one side. Called my mechanic. He said it might not be the suspension itself, but the valve block that throws the air and balances it out. So I bought one. It's come. I have changed out the valve block on the front already when I first got the car, and it worked out great. So I'm hoping it does the exact same thing now. What?
Hi.
Okay, so got to move the cars, get the range inside, and fingers crossed that that's all it is, because I'm not looking forward to having to buy a whole new air suspension on that car. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Let's get to it. That means it's legit time to work. Do it. One funny thing is that I always wanted a bunch of cars, and we have a bunch of cars. So to get this one in here, got to move this and this, which means I got to move that one, the one that's in front of that one. Got to move that one, move these, and then move that in. I need a bigger garage, guys. That's what it comes down to. I need a warehouse. And yeah, it's not gonna happen. Let's just start moving the cars. All right, with all the cars moved, I have the range in here. I already started working. Took off the front tire, took off the battery. Don't want that shit moving when I'm working on it. Anyways, so right now the valve is off, or I loosened it, which you want to do so you can get the air out, and you can kind of hear it still hissing. So I'm going to leave it for another maybe 5-10 minutes. Want to make sure all that air is out so this doesn't shift while I'm working on it. But yeah, it's fairly simple in the sense it's just these nuts. You take it off. It has a little pin inside that pressurizes on the hose to pinch it down, and then this just slides back in. The hard part is it's like this. So yes, it's easy to plug it back in for the power, but I have to be able to get to these two guys in the back, and I got to make sure I put them in the correct spot, because of course one is to the left, one is to the right, and you don't want to mix them up because then your car is going to balance incorrectly. But like I said, I did the front one. The front one was a lot easier because of where it's mounted. It's more mounted like this, and you can get to everything easy. This going this way, we'll see, but good times. All right, and as I showed, we have a bunch of cars now. So while this is doing that, I'm going to connect the battery tender wires to the terminals here, and basically battery tender, just so I can drip charge the batteries randomly to make sure that we keep the batteries up and at the best they can be. So like I had it on the Audi earlier, because we hadn't turned on the Audi since maybe a few weeks before we went to France, so it's been sitting for over a month, and the battery was dead. Plugged in it last night with one of these, worked like a charm. So I'm gonna actually install these in every car, and then I'm gonna randomly do battery tender on all the cars. Especially with the Land Rovers, both mine and Nick's, these cars do not perform well if the battery is not at its optimal. So things start to mess up and things like that. It's funny that the battery can do that much to it. So I can install this while I wait for the air to completely come out. All right, finally got the old valve out. Right here. Funny enough, the hardest part was unscrewing the other ones, right? But having to wait till they completely aired out, because this is at like, I forgot, 60 psi or something like that. It's some crazy amount of pressure, which makes sense because it's a pressure for, 5-ton car or whatever. So got it out. Gonna put in the new one, have new fittings, new O-rings, all that. So might as well change it all right now. And hopefully, fingers crossed, this is really the only situation I have with this, because if not, I'm looking at like $2,000 to change out all the air suspension in the rear. And right now I'm about $100 deep with this part in my time. So if I can get it done, totally worth it. I'm not done with the range yet. I need more time, so I'm gonna take a break. Gonna get lunch for the family. What's awesome is I get to pick whatever car I want to drive today, because they're all out. Got the Landy over there, got the Mini, got the Prius up there, but I'm gonna take this one. All right, haven't really driven the Audi for a while, like I said, but totally forget how awesome this car is. I mean, the steering wheel I love. Just need to get this cluster fixed. I'm gonna maybe bite the bullet and just go to Audi and see what they charge to get it all redone. Really want to be able to use this car more often than not, right? So I'm okay driving it like this, but Nick really wants to make sure all the gauges are working, which is understandable. So definitely want to figure this whole system out and figure out what we decide to go with it. So. But seriously, driving this car is putting a smile on my face. And something that not many people know about the Audi TT was this was pretty much a concept car that actually came out. As you know, concept cars come out all the time. And never get sold in public, but the Audi TT was legit. Pretty much the concept came right out, went to sell, and people loved it. So owning this thing is awesome, especially because we had one before. Really want to just put those finishing touches on here for her, and start using it more often. But now knowing more about the Audi